Dog, I don't really like follow dude, but I know he from Phase Clean, the Playboy Max, and I got kind of caught into the situation because it's a whole different conversation with content creators and rappers. Now, it used to be the rappers look at the content creators as like, they lame. Da, da, da. Now, the content creators are getting bigger than rappers, and most rappers and athletes want to become content creators. Now we in this like new space where a content creator can be a bigger star than a rapper or athlete. I think it's like lifestyle rap, how a lifestyle rap came and it kind of changed the game of people want to see more than just the album every 2 years, want to know more about the person. So the person doing the vlogs in the blog era, the podcast, dropping videos to every track on the album, behind the scenes, like start becoming part of the package for a rapper or for an artist. The same way, you now look at Shaq and Charles are bigger after their career in basketball, even than they was in basketball. Like they're more visible. The same way it goes with Noriega, Joe Budden, Gilly the Kid. Like these is artists that were successful in their own right, but they made bigger waves in content than they even did in their rapping days. So maybe they wouldn't have been famous without hip hop or rap or without sports, but it's some people now that's like Shannon Sharp is more known for his podcast than being a multiple Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Fame tight end. Him and his brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get into that space, you know, it's more of a thing of a different tool to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like movies had became there for superstars at the time. That used to be the thing, like Ice T, Ice Cube, LL Cool J, the rappers. I grew up watching his all movie stars, and you see them now. Somebody like, yo, that's the dude from the movie. Like, that's the gangster rapper I grew up listening to. So, man, appreciate y'all tapping in. But this is what I want to get into in this part of the conversation because we all know the situation that happened with Playboy Max and Fivio Foreign and Lil and I just looked at it and it's like, to a young person, this content creator like Casanat, Duke Dennis, Playboy Mac, like these dudes are bigger than these artists that's starting to come on. I know people get caught up and start being like, oh, that's the internet. But in reality, like, man, they not looking over their shoulder. They're not having to worry about no beef. They're not in no streets. They're literally sitting in a room with a camera on, streaming, making content, getting brand deals. Jello making a song, getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Like about athlete making a song that's popping, or you get a like Hustle Cartel doing the song, even though it might be trolling. Like that song got more traction than a lot of people that's legitimately trying to rap and have a rap career. So, like that's something interesting to look at from my perspective because I'm like, dog, Nano, what up? It's like it's kind of crazy now. So the whole situation came about smoking and him saying, hey man, I don't want y'all to smoke in the Airbnb. Then
Let me teach you
they
how to
clown him with
vibe.
the song I'm the real Plaqueboy Max. But I really think, and I'm gonna see what y'all think, I think his flex is way bigger than they flex of them making a song. How do you one up that? Then he goes and does a stream the same way he do a stream, any other stream he do. But you bring in an artist that's like 20 times bigger than Fivio Foreign and Lil TJ, an artist that's known as like next to Snoop, it's like Wiz and Snoop. They're like their name is like synonymous with like Bob Marley or Willie Nelson or Cheech and Chong, like when it comes to weed. So it's like, let me go get Wiz Khalifa, do a stream with Wiz Khalifa while he got an album coming out. And it's like, what way to better flex than that is like, yo, if I'm gonna get somebody on my stream that's gonna smoke in the Airbnb, I'm finna go get like the biggest smoker of all time and a way hotter artist and put them in the booth to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, that's the biggest flex. Like, cause I one thing I hate, well, I ain't gonna say hate, I don't like that term, but one thing I don't like is like the next thing that's gonna come is gonna be like you gonna have some rappers trying to crash out on content creators like y'all ain't street. Like it's content creators who's playing video games and listening to music and doing
Let me
IRL
teach you how to
and
vibe.
stuff like that, doing comedy. Like maybe, just maybe, we get into the days where like, and I'm happy that these days is coming. The drill music is gonna die. We get into the days where like saying I'm from the streets is like not looked at as a badge of honor. It's looked at like why. Like you got money, it's other things that you should be doing other than like being on some. Because it's gonna come a day where it's gonna be a rapper that's gonna be in the same space or doing worse than the content creator. You're gonna see some rappers like crashing out on content creators, bro. Smoothie, Impulse, what up? TJ, Buddy, RL, what up? Like I think it's gonna be a day soon where it's gonna be like it's gonna be a rapper to get that girl took by a content creator. It was like, and in the future, I just see this thing where like everything is all blending into one. A basketball player want to be a rapper want to be a basketball player, a content creator want to rap, a rapper want to be a content creator. There's a legitimate journalist that want to be a podcaster. There's a podcaster that want to legitimize their podcast by being more journalistic. And I think like all the worlds is coming together, like popular music. There's hip hop, then there's popular hip hop. There's rock and roll, then there's like soft rock that can be on the radio. There's R&B artists that wanna rap, and then all the rappers want to make R&B records. Like I think like we just getting into that genre with content, and it's starting to become like the waters is getting muddy. But it's interesting to watch when a rapper is starting to feel the effects of there's a video game. There's a video game streamer that's hotter than me. Like that's gotta be like a blow to the ego. And I just thought like that was a perfect way to see it. Is I don't want to see them like intertwine and do nothing stupid and crash out. Playboy Max just go and get a bigger artist that's known for smoking weed. So it really make them look really petty if they do anything or say anything to him after this point. Cause it's like they whole thing is like, I don't know who you is. Like I'm really out here. And it's like, okay, well, if y'all was here and smoking was the issue, I'm gonna go get the biggest smokingest rapper on earth, and all his music gonna dwarf y'all to the point where if you said, if you ask the average person like, do you know the rapper Wiz Khalifa, or do you know like Lil TJ and Fivio Foreign is gonna be as like not even a contest. I think this is kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Like the same as like a comedian doing serious things and then a serious actor doing comedy. It's always been a good mix to watch. People try to change genres and stuff. Like I think the water's getting muddy, and in the future, like it's gonna be kind of like when rap hit the 360 deals, when ringtones came out, and people realized like I can sell 1 million ringtones faster than I can sell 1 million records, and get that money in my pocket first, without even having to put a record out. I could just work the single that way. Then the label's like, nah, we ain't finna let you make 1 million off a ringtone, not even give us the album. You know what I'm saying? So you like it's gonna be interesting to watch this next like year or so of content, because I've been saying this since like 2019, 2020. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this since 2019, 2020 when I went to some conferences myself to see how big the industry is. Now it's like, yo, y'all mad at the wrong people. Y'all mad at the wrong thing. You go and see the industry in person, you realize how big it is and how open it is, and how people like somebody could be so huge that you never heard of in content just because they do something like completely outside of your algorithm or like your horse blinders. You know what I'm saying? Like if you in the genre of a certain game, you really kind of only looking at people in that game, but it's people outside of that. And that's kind of how content has became. Like people just, you play games, man, you do podcasts. Oh, you make TikToks, but then you start to see like these TikTokers and these vloggers and all these people start to be bigger than and make more money than all these artists that's out here that felt like they was famous. You know what I'm saying? Like two worlds collided, so to speak, and The show I watched, Singles Inferno, the Korean show, you see people go on the show to date and then come out of the show as like stars and like all them, because the Korean market is a little different. Like the most popular character on season 2, was it season 2? Came back and he was a host like the next season, and then you look at him now, he like got his own show, like a spinoff podcast, and like Blackpink came on there. You know, it's like you went from going on there to date to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the crazy part is like that's the new world we in. So I just think the average person need to be able to see how big the world of content is and how much money can be made in the industry before people are starting to realize, like, it's a reason why rappers and basketball players, all these people is like getting into content, like, and starting to realize, like, the same way rappers was looking at movies, like, I can go get the bag for a movie or a TV show and not have to tour, and the label ain't eating off of it. Just different things like that. Yo, TJ with that sub, that's 8 months. Dragon stickers in the chat. It's because of the networking, like, and the algorithm, like, and the people that successfully cross promote those, like, are starting to see the benefits of how you can, like, live in multiple worlds and let them eat off of each other, so to speak. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had a more open mind than all the people that I made content with or I was networking with. Let me teach you how to vibe. In the beginning stages of me making content. So when I went to Orlando, when I went to Atlanta, when I went to Vegas and seeing how big the industry was, I was like, yo, you think, like, Chris Brown had the people pay like the $1,000 to take the pictures, like, before the show or after the show. Like, that's genius. You know what I'm saying? When I seen people lined up like that for Tfue and Dr. Lupo and these OnlyFans girls who dudes will look at it and be like, she ain't that tough at the game. And I'm seeing them they fly into Florida, have their hotel room, have their pass and credentials set up, have their whole gaming pitch, and then turn and go to the hot tub or to the pool area. Been flown a cameraman in, taking pictures and all, like they sponsored bathing suits and shit, taking pictures down there by the pool and stuff in the daytime, going in, conferencing after that, coming out, doing more night photo ops by the pool, going out kicking it. And I'm like, yo, they got the whole, like, OnlyFans part of it. They got the whole, like, Patreon part of it. And they done making so much money, they flying their cameraman in just to take pictures of them. And then, like, over the next month, you see all this come out and you're like, damn, they double dipping the chip. And you kind of see, like, how somebody who, like, just look like your normal, like, Bill Nye the Science Guy, like Dr. Lupo is, and then you see them come in and raise $1 million or something for a charity, and then turn around and have people standing there paying $200 a pop for a picture, 200-300 deep in line. And you like, damn, like, this shit. It's some rappers that, like, got a hot song that can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once I seen that and I got to kind of see the behind the scenes, and it's like, then you go see, you go to, we went to Vegas, and seen, like, the production that go behind a Madden Live event. You're like, dog, like, the production is like 3 crazy. You know what I'm saying? So once you go see the production of how that shit set up, and you just like this industry is huge. You know what I'm saying? Because there's, like, basketball players involved, there's celebrities involved, there's huge content creators involved. Then you see, like, people got their editor there. Like I promise y'all, I was like, I remember Popular Stranger and Maze. It's a few people. I'm like, bro, it don't even matter if they win or lose the game. Like, they got that shit, like, edited. By the time you get on the plane, they shit is uploading. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, got 100K on YouTube, got 100K on TikTok, got 100K on Twitch, got 100K on. You like, yo, and the content is just going up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you just see the point of, like, man, this industry got so many different ways of the people that work behind the scenes. So when people come to you and they be like, man, content is just like, I bro, it's so much deeper than what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? So many more ways to skin a cat. So looking at this Playboy Max situation with them rappers, Lil TJ and Fivio Foreign, like that's just the
Let me
world
teach you
collide
how to vibe.
of it, of that feeling of like, you know what I'm saying? You can't it's getting to the point like you can't chump these streamers off, because like you talk about like we not even getting into the Mr. Beast or the Shrouds. Like I'm sitting watching Shroud have like $600,000 on a charity thing they doing, like just crazy amounts of revenue and money and things that could be made. You know what I'm saying? You seeing these dudes go live and have 30,000 people in a stream, and I'm like, man, when I grew up in my city, it was like 45,000 people in my entire town. So like they got 30,000 watching. You know what I'm saying? Like actively commenting, sending money. Like that's just insane. And I know that some of these rappers be getting jealous watching Aiden Ross and XQC and Kai Cenat and all these people. Like, bro, he's making $1 million a month on subs. Just like when Stone Mountain was on Facebook, and I was telling people like, man, this man got 100,000 subs a month times $5. Like, like a rapper go on tour all year and come back being got shot at, one of the homeboys got killed, your baby mama that had a baby by your op, all this different stuff. Like, and they sitting in the computer room streaming.